this is Agent Visual Shadow here. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry you guys haven't heard from me in a while. It's because I've been working on this video for a pretty long time. And in today's video, we will be talking about two comics I'm going to be reviewing. And those comics are If Destruction Be Our Lot, which follows a robotic Abraham Lincoln. And the other book we are going to be reviewing is Batman Year 100, the graphic novel collection. With all that said, let's get right into the video. The first book I'm going to be talking about is If Destruction Be Our Lot, which follows a robotic Abraham Lincoln trying to find purpose in a world full of robots. And before I even start talking about this book, I just want to say that this is an amazing book. So I won't be spoiling everything, because if you guys want to go read it yourself, I don't want to spoil all the big major plots. So I'll be talking about a few things, just not everything. So that way, in case you guys want to read it, you can experience yourself. But before we start talking about these books, warning, they do contain some spoilers. With that said, let's start talking about If Destruction Be Our Lot. We open up on the first page with Abraham Lincoln looking pretty sad, holding in front of a building, holding his hat with a robot in the background saying, "I hate this guy." On the next page, we see Abraham Lincoln stand up and is saying, "Hold on now, just a minute." But before that, he says that, the robots go, "Great, now he noticed us." And Abraham Lincoln proceeds to get on his soapbox and give his famous speech of If Destruction Be Our Lot, which is the title of the book, and it is an actual quote from Abraham Lincoln. So there's a little bit of a history fun fact for you. We see, with Abraham Lincoln talking, he gets a bit of a neck fire, and he starts to stutter in his words and start malfunctioning, sort of. And one of the robots goes sad, someone called maintenance, and then he goes offline saying free, and his power is more so turned off currently. I was talking about Abe Lincoln. Then he gets right back up, because you can't hit down one of America's goats for long. So the robots are like, "Dang it, we thought he was done for." So one of the robots proceeds to just chuck a thing in Abe's head, knocking him out, with Abe just proceeding to say, "Ow." And we see Abraham Lincoln on the floor with the robot saying, "Nice shot," with Abraham Lincoln saying, "Thank you all for listening." And then in the top left corner, we see a little robot guy looking concerned for Abe, with two robots talking in their robot language. One of the robots saying gibberish, the other one saying, "Haha, true." So we don't know what that robot said. But then this little robot guy, who's concerned for Abe, goes, "Hello." Then Abraham Lincoln goes, "Hi, please don't say it." And then the little guy goes, "Can I interest you in some breakfast?" And then Abraham Lincoln goes, "May I ask you a question?" Little guy goes, "Of course." Abraham Lincoln goes, "When was the last time someone actually said yes?" The little guy says, "I say different forms of yes. Frequently, of course, is an affirmation answer, and I just said that to you a moment ago." And Abe goes, "No, I meant when was the last time you actually made breakfast for someone?" The little guy says, "I was a part of a family. They said yes to breakfast every morning. 2 scrambled eggs wet with feta cheese, 1 egg white omelet, 3 pieces of buttered whole wheat toast, level 4, 1 cup of black coffee, 1 serving of Cisco orange drink." Abe goes, "That must have been a long time ago." The robot says, "Yes, 31,755 breakfasts ago. When the end came, I tried to help them, but they were lost. Never trust a freezer." And then he goes, "I watched as they were taken away. Their eggs still cooking in my body." And then the robot guy goes, "Why do you ask?" Abe says, "I don't know. It all seems so futile. Sometimes I'm trying to make them feel things, but they can't feel. And then I see you, and you're dealing with the same thing." And the little robot guy goes, "I do not give speeches everyone hates." Abraham Lincoln goes, I know that, but you make food." And they go, "They do not hate food, but they don't eat it, do they?" And then he goes, "And yet, here we both are, waiting for something. You walk around all day hoping human will appear and say, 'I'll have 2 scrambled eggs and toast, please.'" The little robot goes, "Coming right up with the heart." And then he goes, "And I'm hoping for, I don't even know anymore." Proceed to have the conversation. Abe says, "It's just the same every day. I know I was built for something, but that something is long gone. Where does that leave me? Why don't I get a choice?" The little robot guy goes, "Do you want whole wheat or rye?" Which is so funny. And then one of the robots is saying, "Pedestrian, wait." And then Abraham Lincoln goes, "What?" And then the little guy goes, "I am sorry. I am currently out of white bread, whole wheat or rye. Abraham Lincoln goes, I don't eat. Oh no, come on, don't start smoking. Whole wheat. And then the robot guy goes, an excellent choice. My whole wheat was baked fresh 7,060 to 120 hours ago. You appear to be on fire. Oh dear, I am experiencing a minor malfunction. Please help. And Abe goes, I don't know. The robot continuing smoke saying, hey, he needs help. Then we get to see who maintenance actually is. That is what maintenance looks like. It's a giant, creepy red monster that may or may not be a robot. I have no clue. We don't really get that reveal yet. And then he goes, do you think maybe you can be of assistance? And the little robot guy goes, I'm experiencing a minor malfunction. Please help. With maintenance looking down at the little robot guy. So I'm not going to reveal what happens next. Let's just say, hopefully you're not too attached to the little robot guy, because something happens. But right after we see whatever happens, after the thing I'm not going to spoil happens, we see Abraham Lincoln go, hold on now, I'm working just fine. And then we see Abe get hit by a car from oncoming traffic, landing around, and then Abe goes, I'm alright, I think. One of the robots goes, stupid fake man. And then he goes, no need to help me. I just need a moment to get my bearings, maybe. And then he goes, stupid imposter, the other guy goes. And then a bus shows up that appears to be driving itself that says, do you require maintenance? And then he goes, no, ma'am. No, thank you, ma'am. I just wish I was someplace else. It's on the bus with the driver saying, welcome. And then the self-driving bus says, welcome. Please step all the way in. Then the bus says, N12 to local 43rd Street. And then just keeps repeating that throughout the entire bus, with Abe just walking to the back of the bus just to grab his seat. And while the bus lady keeps repeating herself, saying, local 33rd Street. And then she goes, next stop, 5th Street. Next stop, 5th Street. Abe keeps walking to the very, very back of the bus just to sit by himself. Because he just got ran over. And then she goes, how's the speech today, buddy? And it is revealed that she is actually Abraham Lincoln's friend. And goes, not great, ma'am. Abe goes, not great, ma'am. I didn't get to finish. If destruction be our lot, we ourselves must be its author and finisher and live amongst men. The bus says, sorry about the accident back there, by the way. Abe goes, it looked worse than it was. The bus lady goes, it looked awful. Then Abe goes, then I guess it looked the same. And then she goes, you sure you don't need a reboot or nothing? Quick fix place on 119. 119 is supposed to be good. And then Abe goes, that place concerns me. And then the bus lady goes, why? I had a buddy, one of those little scooter fellas. He used to zip all over the place, up on curbs, down the wrong way, on the streets. Funny guy. Abe goes, and? Yeah, right. He went in one of those places after he caught a virus from a dirty charging port. Then he goes, and did he feel better afterward? She goes, don't know. I never saw him again. You skip a few pages. Abe goes, but when your seats go empty, do you not feel an emptiness of purpose? Again, talking about purpose and all that. Then he goes, without variation in your daily path, do you not feel strange in your personality? She goes, yeah, I hear you, but it's a living, And then the robot who's in the front goes, last stop, all passengers, please disembark. Then she goes, you don't have to get off. I head back down in town in 9 minutes. This ain't no place you want to be anyhow. And Abraham Lincoln says, where is? When Abe gets out, he sees some sort of force field and says, do you ever wonder what lies beyond these walls? The bus lady goes, nothing, I don't think. He goes, how can that be? She just says, easy. Just think of something that could be out there, then think it isn't. But Abe goes, but I don't want to think that. I want to know. How do you know there's nothing out there? The bus goes, I don't know. She goes, no bus routes, I guess. The bus lady says, stop worrying about all the places that aren't and start worrying about the ones that are. And then she goes, like this place used to be a good neighborhood. Well, Abe is picking up a robotic head, and she goes, quiet. A lot of good passengers live down here. Then Abe proceeds to chuck the head at the wall like an absolute menace. He chucked it like his life depended on it and breaks the wall. And he goes, huh? When looking, and it says smash and breaks the force field wall. We get to see what's beyond the wall with Abe saying, golly bee. And the bus lady goes, well, look at that. Then she goes, you're right. There is more out there. It's so Abe goes, beautiful. And then she goes, sad. And that is where I'm going to end the review for If Destruction Be Our Lot of the book. The reason I'm ending it there is, I know you guys will probably be mad at me for ending it there, is because I firmly believe this book is amazing, and I want you guys to go out and experience yourself. So please go out to your local comic book shop and buy If Destruction Be Our Lot, and figure out what happens for in the rest of the book for yourself. So that's why I ended it there. So for my review of issue 1 of If Destruction Be Our Lot is, I never really give books like this high of a rating, but I give it a 10 out of 10 for If Destruction Be Our Lot, and I am just so hyped for the next issue, and this book is amazing. So as I said, please go out and buy it yourself. It's amazing. Please go read it. It's a 10 out of 10 book. It's amazing. The book I'm going to be talking about and reviewing is Batman Year 100 by Paul Pope. I said this before with Abraham Lincoln too. This book is amazing. It's a really, really good book, and this video is basically me after reading this book. But before we start reviewing this book, I just want to say I will be showing some images that may be scary to some. So, just a quick fair warning for you guys there. You have been warned, scary images will be shown. Basically, early on in this book, it explains about, so basically, the federal police of Gotham, or Batman is attacking them, trying to figure out this mystery of a virus, sort of. And the lead, federal agent is talking to Commissioner Gordon before the page I'm about to show you, and he's like, I need every single file you have on this quote-unquote Batman of Gotham. And Commissioner Gordon's like, well, this isn't actually Commissioner Gordon. This is the great-great-great-grandson of Commissioner Gordon. And they're like, we need every file you have on the Batman. He's like, there's no such thing as the Batman of Gotham. But we later find out that there is such thing. And so basically, and the page I'm about to show you is a crazy page. It's one of my favorite elements they included in this book. The federal police leave. Before that happens, they're like, we need every single file on the Batman, which I just said, going all the way back to 1939, which is Batman's first appearance. And later, once they leave, Commissioner Gordon says for all this to be one man, he'd have to be, 130, 140? Ludicrous. Basically saying that it's not humanly possible for someone to live to be 140. But we later find out something that's actually kind of crazy. Okay, so basically the crazy thing I was talking about is that we later find out in this book that this Batman is immortal. This is the same Bruce Wayne that first showed up in 1939. We don't know how he's immortal, though. They give you two possible options, but it's really up to the reader's interpretation, which I love about this book. They don't give you all the answers. You got to figure it out yourself, like a detective, sort of. We'll get more into the detective part later. But yeah, sorry if this review is a little confusing. I can't really explain everything because, again, I want you guys to read it for yourself if you're Batman fans. But yeah, I'll continue explaining, so let me finish explaining. Just a second warning for you guys. This is where I'm going to be showing the scary picture, but this is one of my favorite elements in the stories, and that is that Batman actually has vampire fangs. He uses them to scare criminals, and just, it's peak. That's what, Batman wearing vampire fangs to actually look like a vampire and convince more people that he's not human is amazing. I like how in his older years he's using more, scare tactics than, when he was younger. And, like, can we just talk about the suit design for a second? Like, again, it's one of the most peak Batman suit designs I've seen. Most people may not agree with me because they don't like the art style, but I think it's pretty good. So, I like the suit. Especially with the vampire fangs, it looks amazing. Just, like, this suit reminds me of Batman Year One suit mixed with the Dark Pattern suit, mixed with the Gotham by Gargoyle of Gotham suit. It's just peak. The things this Batman as a 100-year-old is able to pull off is crazy. Like, doing motorcycle tricks, having, like, a motorcycle stopping in front of an army of police is just peak. My favorite moments is the book is when he's attacking all, like, the agents, and the guys, when Batman's, like, attacking him, they're, like, freaking out, and they're like, did you see his face? Like, Merc, that face. Did you see it? It ain't human. With Batman just opening his mouth with vampire fangs is peak. Like, again, the Batman with vampire fangs is peak. Again, sorry if this review for Batman Year 100 is a little confusing, guys. I'm trying to make it as clear as I physically can. But, yeah, this video I'm about to show you was my reaction to seeing Batman with vampire fangs. One of my favorite moments from the book is a telepath, like, trying to get Batman who he is, to, like, really reveal him who he is under the mask. And Batman's only response is, I'm Batman. Revealing that he thinks his real persona is Batman and that there's no Bruce. He's only Batman. A telepath can't even convince Batman who, like, if he's a real person or not. Because even a telepath, if Batman can bypass a telepath, just saying he's Batman is another peak element of the story. The elements in this book are amazing. My favorite element is probably that Batman is immortal and you can't stop him. And that in this book, when he's still like 100, he still uses gadgets and is being a detective. This book reminds me a lot of Dark Patterns, for example. I feel like these books are connected somehow, some way. They're just not telling us it yet. So, yeah, I think if you want to read a good Batman story where he's older and still uses gadgets and is a detective mystery story, read this book, man. So, overall, for Batman Year 100, I would give it a 9.9 out of 10. Mainly because, not a 10 out of 10, because I wish they would have told us how he's immortal. Other than that, I really have no complaints. If you want a good, older Batman story where he's a detective and it's like he solves mysteries and stuff like that, I would 100% recommend this book to any Batman fan. Just, even if you don't like the art, just give it a try. You might be surprised what you figure out about the book. So, yeah, also, sorry if the review, again, for this book was a little confusing. I try to make it as clear as possible, so sorry if it confused some people at some points. But there are some things I'm going to talk about before I end the video, and I will be sharing a spoiler for a future video. So, here's a spoiler for a future video. I am currently put the new Ben 10 comic in my pull box. As a watcher of the original series, I'm happy that this comic is coming out. So next time I go to my comic store, I'll pick it up and I'll read it, and I'll be doing a review video on it. So that's a spoiler for a future video. And another quick spoiler for a future video, I have a huge announcement for a video that will be going up very soon. I don't know when, but I will be talking about it. And a video that will hopefully be coming out tomorrow that I'm also working on right now is a Absolute Green Arrow video talking about the trailer and everything and my thoughts, theories, and opinions about that. So, yeah, there's some spoilers for the future videos. And right before I leave you guys today for this video, I am starting a new series. Every video I publish, excluding shorts, long forms, I'll be asking you guys a daily question because I want to interact with you guys more in the comments. I'm going to be asking you guys, like, a daily comment. Like, today's daily comment is going to be, who is your favorite Ben 10 alien? Let me know in the comments. I'm doing this series because I want to interact with my fans more and get to talk to you guys. So, yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.